An emotionally rich and easily hurt person often becomes fragile, often influenced by the words and actions of others. Colleagues in the same position, with similar family situations, seem indifferent, filled with laughter every day, which makes him envious and asks me how he can be like that colleague. If you have similar questions, consider the following suggestions. First, being easily excited in life is because things involve ourselves. But if you can maintain an attitude of watching the excitement, then these things actually cannot affect you. When encountering similar situations, tell yourself, I am not the same kind of person as them at all. Sooner or later, I will have better development. Don't dwell on it. Focus on things worth caring about. Maintain a moderate attitude towards others' remarks, and many interpersonal relationship troubles will be reduced. Secondly, objectively assess the impact of things. People with a bad mindset often exaggerate the seriousness and impact of things. For example, being criticized by the boss, especially in front of everyone, may make one feel embarrassed, but it is not something to brood over. If you feel like all your colleagues in the company are laughing at you and think there is no future development, then ask yourself, so what? You are not the only one being criticized. Even if some colleagues joke about it, what substantial impact does it have on your life and development? Through such thinking, you will find that many times you are scaring yourself, assuming the worst. Ask yourself more often, so what? You will find that there is actually nothing too serious. Maintaining a calm and objective attitude, the problem will become less troubling. Thirdly, do what you can and leave the rest to fate. Many times we try to influence others or ourselves, thinking that others or ourselves should act in the direction we consider correct. However, when things don't go as planned, conflicts and dilemmas arise. For your own affairs, strive to do well, focus on how to handle your own affairs well, and not overly concern yourself with the results. For other people's affairs, or those involving both parties, do what you can but do not interfere too much, because you cannot change others' thoughts and behaviors. Learn to respect and let go. Let things develop naturally, and reduce unnecessary worries. The key to having a good mindset is to calmly and objectively look at things, not letting trivial matters affect your emotions. Maintaining an attitude of watching the excitement, objectively evaluating the impact of things, and doing what you can while leaving the rest to fate are all effective methods for shaping a positive mindset. William sat in his home studio, his brows slightly furrowed. The screen was filled with his latest uploaded videos, but the comment section had turned into a cacophony. His eyes were fixed on the screen, betraying a sense of indescribable disappointment and confusion. Negative remarks stormed in like a gust of wind, targeting his appearance, performance style, and even details of his personal life. Look at these comments. William bit his lip, trying to suppress the anxiety welling up within him. His manager walked over and gently patted his shoulder, asking with concern, "What's wrong, William? You seem agitated." William sighed, looking up at and with a sense of helplessness in his eyes. These comments. They all say I'm not good enough, that my videos are becoming boring, and they've even started attacking my appearance and personal life. And furrowed her brow, knowing this was a significant blow for William. Don't worry, William. These are just a small fraction of voices on the internet. Your fans still support you. William forced a bitter smile, but the doubts in his heart remained. I know, but I still feel upset. What did I do wrong? Am I really not good enough? And gently squeezed his hand, comforting him. No, William, you're doing great. Some people just like to use negative remarks to influence others. It doesn't reflect your worth. Your videos have always been interesting, and your fans love them. William nodded silently, but the unease in his heart was hard to dispel, leading him to doubt his own worth and abilities. Taking a deep breath, William sat back in his studio, placing his coffee cup on the table. He decided to confront these negative comments instead of letting them continue to erode his spirit, and watched him with concern, softly asking, "William, what's your plan?" William smiled as he replied, "I want to change my mindset, not let these comments affect my emotions anymore. I want to learn to take a spectator's view and see it all as a spectacle of life." "That's a good idea," and nodded encouragingly. "Remember, these comments are just others' opinions. They're not worth feeling down about. We can look at how other successful influencers face these challenges. Perhaps we can find some inspiration." William began actively seeking positive examples. He read about the experiences of successful influencers who had faced negative comments but chose not to be swayed, continuing to focus on their creations. Gradually, he understood that these comments were just fabricated spectacles, and he could choose whether to participate in this drama. Determined to break free from the shackles of negative emotions, William began focusing on the positive aspects. He hung up a poster in his studio filled with positive energy, with the words, "Stay positive, be yourself, no need to please others." Every day, seeing this sentence reignited his passion for creation. One day, and walked into the studio and saw William immersed in his work, a slight smile playing on his lips. She smiled and said, "Looks like your mindset has changed." William nodded. "Yes, I'm no longer letting those comments control me. I'm focusing on creating good content and not taking responsibility for others' remarks." In the days that followed, William continued to work hard, constantly improving his creative skills. He began experimenting with new ideas and ways of expression, attracting more fans. Whenever someone mentioned his success, he felt deeply satisfied and proud. Negative comments gradually became insignificant in his life. He learned to respect and let go, allowing things to unfold naturally. He was no longer influenced by external voices but focused on his creations and the feedback from his fans. Ultimately, William grew into a stronger influencer, and his story became a model for dealing with online discourse. His positive mindset and dedication to his craft attracted more and more people, making him a beacon of positivity, not only for himself but for others as well.